how's your O-line looking through, I guess, 4 practices?
Good, solid start. We're still rotating a lot of guys through, and we will be for at least another 4 or 5 days. But they're working hard. Things have gone pretty solid so far. Lot of work to do. The old coach speak cliche thing, but it's true. Okay, and we've been pretty fast with installing plays. So as we get around to talking about the plays a second time and a third time, it'll get better.
Was this your first day in pads or second?
Shoulder pads and helmets. Yeah, second day.
Second day.
Yeah.
Anything kind of changed from that?
Yeah, I mean, once you throw the shoulder pads on, we don't do a lot of full pad stuff here, and I'm fine with that, and it's spring and everything. So once we do that, we're pretty much doing what we do. We use a lot more shoulder blocking technique and different things you can't really do in helmets and jerseys. So yeah, it changed a little bit, but we still should be, regardless of our gear, should be playing with good pad level, taking good footwork. So that part doesn't change, but the contact ramps up a little bit.
How close are you to being set on that starting 5 against South Florida?
Not real close yet, just because between certain guys picking up the offense or regaining. We already know the offense, but figuring out the offense. Some are in better shape than others a little bit. Some are trying to carry a little more weight, and we're working that out. So it'll be another. I'd like to be set pretty much with either our starting lineup and our rotation or our 5, however that works. Within a week, but not yet.
With how much depth you guys have along that spot, is it possible you might play more than 5 guys in a game in games this season?
Absolutely. In fact, if I was a betting man, that's what I would say will happen. We just have too many good players that have played and know what they're doing, and we'll be pretty polished by then. And normally I don't like to sub a lot just because you get that continuity of the group and different things. But just if they're deserving and there's no drop off, we'll rotate.
How many guys would you feel comfortable throwing in there if the game were tomorrow?
8.
8 guys.
Yeah, 8 with 9, 10, and you usually travel 11. 9, 10, and 11 being real solid up and comers that we can get ready by the 3rd, 4th, 5th game. But 8.
Can you tell us where maybe the biggest position battle, if that's the right term, is on your O-line?
There's really battles all along. I don't know who the starting center is. We've got 2 guys that have played a lot of football and played center, plus Clark is doing a really good job when he's played center. He can play that too, as well as a few other guys. But Clark's pretty much, I'd say, the only one that to me, based on his play last year and where he's at, likely Clark will be the left guard. Other than that, we got kind of a 3-4-way battle at tackle, and really other than left guard, to me, I think we're still looking for that lineup. But yeah, and that's really the truth. But I just think Clark, because Clark, to me, we haven't voted captains yet or anything, but to me, he's the leader in our room. He's tough. He knows what he's doing. He practices right. He does all the things. So to me, he'll be hard to unseat at that left guard spot. But other guys, depends on the day who I think has the lead.
Who are the players that have made the biggest leap from spring in your estimation the first week in a day now?
I think all those 8 guys, 7 guys that are here in Kingsley have done what I expected them to do so far. So I'm not sure they're not a huge leap, because I think they're where they should be. Tyler Little's had a really good offseason. He's bigger and stronger, but he's got to figure some things out. Sione Vicosa's new. He's picking it up, but I would say maybe the one that's kind of come out of nowhere, because he was hurt last year. I mean, Ben Ward is a kid that we moved from tight end, and he's playing some center for us, and he's probably 3rd center type of situation, but probably him. He's taking a lot of reps right now with the 2s and 3s, and he's going to add some depth there. That center position, I just never think you can't ever have enough people that can snap. You just never know. We ran that a little bit last year. That's why Clark had to, in practice, be working playing center. We were down a little bit then, so I'd say him probably.
So you got paid. You have Tukuafu, Ward, any other centers?
Well, Clark would be, he would play, probably 3rd. Campbell Barrington can play center. He can play. Sam Daw is an addition to. He can play center and guard. So we're not going to ever get on a plane without at least 5 centers that can finish a game. I've been there, done that, where I didn't have that, and I was down to my last center, and I was getting ready to go in and snap. So I don't want that. But yeah.
Coach, what's the value of guys who specialize at a spot versus guys who you can really move around?
Well, let me start with the second part of your thing first. Campbell Barrington can play any position. We always say that Connor can, and he could. He just doesn't play much tackle. Campbell Barrington literally plays every position. And for that, I always tell the kids, your versatility is a curse for you because you got to water yourself down, but it's a blessing for the coaches. So the versatility of 2 or 3 guys that can do that, but then other guys, it's like, why rep Blake Freeland anywhere but left tackle? Because if he's in the game starting like should be expected, and he should expect it, that's left tackle. There's no reason to cross-train him. But most guys have one cross-train. For example, if Connor's a starting center, then he's center, and then Joe could be the right guard. If Joe's a starting center, well, Connor plays left guard. I don't cross-train those guys behind each other. Now, that being said, I think I'm answering your question. It's just and there is some rhyme and reason to it when you kind of watch the practice and see how we're rotating or maybe who I'm resting for a day. It may be hard to figure out, but there is a rhyme or reason, and I always look at true depth and say, okay, in reality, who's the first center, second center, third center? And the second and third may not be who's out there with the twos on that particular day. So I gotta train as if you have 2 or 3 or 4 guys out, because sometimes that happens. And if you do that and they're prepared, then that's what I try to get to.
Where's Kingsley
Last
at right now?
question.
Where's Kingsley at right now?
He's doing a real good job. He's right in the thick of things. He plays right. He plays left. He could start at either position. I have not slid him inside. I've just kept him on the edges. I think that's his natural position, and it's easier to learn. I mean, you still have to learn right and left, but you still at least learn in the same position. But he's running well. He's physical. He's in good shape. He's lost a little bit of weight, but he's still got to work on some of the nuances that you can't just pick up in a spring. You got to pick up with more and more reps. So he's doing a good job.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thank you, Coach.
Good. Okay.